Caden Elijah playing a little bit shallow and centering and right. Fouled off, just stayed alive. Stays, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The kick and the delivery. Bounce that one in the dirt. Nice stop again by Hunter Watson. Keeps the runner at third. You know, a spike curveball is a curveball with a lot of break, but I don't think you're meant to spike it at 60 feet.
No.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs the count. Cam in the wind, the delivery. Skip that one up at about 58 feet. 2-2.
Ooh, that hit him.
And that hit him. Going to drive in a run.
You're down to 2-2. You're on your count, and you get him hit.
You lose one, and that one had to hurt.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to take one in the arm. It's one thing to take one in the hip. He tried to turn away from that one, and it was right square in the small of the back. Brings up Landon Winters, the right fielder. Call ball high. Grounder to short. Chewed up and played a second. A 6-4 force play, but Perrysburg gets 1 on the hit batter at the end of 1.5. Yellow Jackets 3, Golden Bears 1 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Coming up for the Golden Bears here at the top of the second, the bottom third of the order, Longoria, Miller, and Welling.
Bears need to get some offense going here.
Bears got to get a little bit of offense going. You know, you get a couple of control issues, a couple of walks, a hit batter, a couple of errors. You know, a base running error by Cade in the bottom of the first. And you see how, you know, when you look at this Golden Bear team, almost half the runs they've given up this year are unearned.
Yep.
And, you know, that's one of the things that'll just this time of the year going to come back and bite you. May not bite them Wednesday night, but once you start advancing a little bit deeper.
Yep. And we've had conversations with Coach Walker that
back to the
oh
pitcher on one hop. Field well, thrown to first, 1-3. Puts out 13. This brings up Jamison Longoria. Longoria coming in, hitting 143 on the season. Took that ball low. Pitch is on the way. Call that one a strike. Spun that one in there. Nice. The wind, the pitch. Ball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Grounder up the middle. Second baseman goes far to his. And they say he got him. Nice play by the second baseman that time. Went far to his right. Diving stop. Redding scoops, gets up and throws out Jamison. Brings up Tucker Miller, hitting .240 on the season. The second baseman. Check swing, strike. Took that one high. 1-1. Action down in the Golden Bear bullpen. Big swing and a miss. Strike two. Trying to get the number of who's out there. Fry. Little throw and an out. And a 2. 3-1 Perrysburg here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. We are family-owned, family-focused, caring for families for over 100 years.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
Elijah Fry got warmed up in the bullpen, but Bukowski comes out for the start of the third as Fry goes out to his right field position. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Perrysburg. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Golden Bears. Errors, walks, and a hit batsman is what has been the difference in this one. Bukowski getting his pitches in as the Golden Bears getting their warm-up throws in. Leading off for the Yellow Jackets, Tyler Palmer. Number 7 hitter, .316 on the season. Sign drop, Bukowski winds and delivers. Sharp grounded to first base. Nice scoop by Carter Dominic. First baseman to first baseman, 1 down. Really nice scoop on that one. Sharply hit ball down the first base line by Carter Dominic. Takes it 3 unassisted. Grant Petties comes up, the third baseman. Pulls back on the bunt, called strike. The wind, the pitch. Nice pitch on the inside corner for a called strike 1. 78 mile an hour. Brought the heat that time. Brings it again.
Big swing.
No balls, 2 strikes. The wind, the pitch. Low and outside, 1-1, or 1-2. Took a little bit off of that one, hopped it in there, 2-2. They'll wind the pitch. Kept alive, fouled it off. Stays 2-2. Bukowski winds and delivers. Ooh, close one. Ball 3 goes full count.
That was a nice
3 and 2,
pitch.
2 outs. It's a nice looking pitch. And of course, our angle is much better than what they have behind home plate.
Right,
so
for sure.
Lost him. Another walk for Bukowski. Takes him to the top of the order.
Number 16, Owen Mead.
Owen
Again,
Mead
that was
batting.
0-2, wasn't it? So
Mead, who
not getting
came
over
in to
that hump.
pinch hit for Zeeb and stayed in left field for the Yellow Jackets. Fouled straight up. Going to see if there's any play. Just over the fence, out of play. Foul ball, strike one. The checks the sign, the wind, the pitch. Ball high. Another high and inside. Mead came into this one batting 200 on the season. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. Another nice stop by Hunter Watson back there. Three and one. Ripped up the middle. Gobbled up by Cardelus. Tosses to second. End of the inning. Kept them off the board that time. So we go to the bottom of the third. 3-1 Perrysburg on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back here to Sumter Field. 3-1 Perrysburg here going into the bottom of the third. Big inning that time for Bukowski to get out without putting anything on the board. 1 walk didn't hurt him. Mason Welling will lead things off for the Golden Bears, hitting 180 on the season, the left fielder.
Main stop scoreboard 3-1. Main stops open when you need them. You're always near a main stop. Don't worry about Thirsty Thursday. Every Thursday, main stops in Northwest Ohio. I hope on Thursday night I'm getting a main stop pop in Defiance.
Ah.
Because that would be nice, because that means we'd be in the district final.
Yes. Yes. Because the girls are playing tonight, right?
The girls are playing tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
we'll
night.
have that game. We'll have that game. They're playing Bath.
Okay.
That's the district semi. It's a little confusing because we used to be at UNOH for the district, and now we're at Defiance with the change in the divisions. And the Bears basically were sectional champions because they didn't have to play a sectional game, so they got into the district semifinal, and if they beat Bath, they would then go on and play on Thursday night.
And the Golden Bears baseball were at Ottawa on Wednesday night for the first round of the tournament.
And that's the sectional
That's
semifinal.
the sectional semifinal.
Yep. Actually, I think it's a sectional final. So weird with all these divisions. You don't have enough Perrysburg is in the district final for their first game.
For the first game.
So I mean,
yeah, it's moving things around.
Yep.
Out of play. You know, the one nice thing is when fall comes, we know we didn't move a bunch of stuff around in football.
No, we didn't.
It's adding all these extra divisions to all the other sports that have kind of made things a little chaotic. Big, slow, breaking ball, high. 1 and 2. Big swing and a miss, strike 3.
For the Gold Bears, number 15, Carter Loose.
Carter Loose started things off with a hit for the Golden Bears in the first. Another first pitch swing. 1-3 on the put out. That's how he started the game, except in the first inning it was a little seeing eye single. Cade Carlin stepping in. A rip on the line to the third baseman. Nice stab by Grant Petty's 1-2-3 inning. We're going to go to the top of the fourth. Perrysburg 3, Golden Bears 1 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Pitching change. Elijah Fry is on the mound. Bukowski is back to catching. Watson is back to short. Luce is back at second. Looks like Tucker Miller has gone to right.
Yeah. All right, so let's recap those again, and we can.
So
be able
your
to put 'em
pitcher's
on.
now Elijah Fry with Cam Bukowski behind the plate. Around the infield is Dominic, Luce, Watson, and Uran. In the outfield left to right is Welling, Carlin, and Miller. So nobody came out of the game. Just everybody got rearranged. Your knight's now a rook. Your rook's now a pawn. You just moved all the pieces around.
I believe that if we pop up that defensive alignment for Bryan, I think it's going to be correct now. Let's see if it is. Nope, that's Perrysburg. There we go.
Dominic.
Oh, it didn't do it. It didn't update it.
We tried.
I lied.
Elijah Fry, 4.2 innings pitched on the season. 2 games he's thrown. 21 batters faced, 74 pitches, 0-0 with a 1.5 ERA. Walked 3, struck out 2, given up 3 hits. Loses the first pitch high, ball 1. Sky to center field. Carlin goes back. Now comes in on it. Easy can of corn. First out.
That's good to see a new pitcher come in immediately, fly ball to center.
Cade read that one well.
Yep.
With the headset on, I can't hear the other outfielders talking if they're, in, back. Big slow curve for a ball. Mefford up, having a heck of a season, hitting .429 on the season with 23 RBIs. Skied that one. Miller's going to get his shot right there. Two big fly balls with that 6-7 mile an hour wind blowing right to left, a little bit in. Nice two easy putouts for the Golden Bears. Braden Heitmeyer up the shortstop. First pitch in the dirt. Ball one. Taking the pitch, grounded to third. Under Uran. Nice pickup by Hunter Watson. No play, going to be an infield hit. Nice scoop by Hunter, just no play there at first base. Brings up Graham, the DH. Nice move that time by Fry. Scrambles Heitmeyer back to first. Fry checks the runner. Kicks and delivers. Nice strike at the letters. No balls, one strike. 2 outs on the main stop scoreboard, open when you need them. You're always near a main stop with Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. 3 runs, 3 hits for Perrysburg. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Golden Bears.
Got to keep the runner honest, but you really got to focus on the batter here. That was interesting. He started going.
Started to go, pulled back, and the ball rolled away from Bukowski. Went ahead and took second base uncontested. Now you've really just got to focus on the batter.
Yep.
Because before a single didn't hurt you. Now a single scores a run. Just lost that pitch high. 2-1. Kicks and delivers. Skied into left field deep. Nice play back there by Mason Welling. Tracked it down in the shadows of the pine trees. 3 fly balls, 3 outs, 1 guy on base, and we come to the middle of the 4th. 3-1 Perrysburg here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Got to get the bats to wake up, partner.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a close game, 3-1, you know, but definitely need the bats going. Got to get some runs back here.
And, you know, I think both coaches would say we need to get the bats going. A total of 4 hits here through 4.5 or 3.5 innings. So 2 for Perrysburg, 2 for the Golden Bears. So the one thing that will not change for Bryan, because all of the changes were defensive field changes, the batting order stays the same.
Yep,
so we don't have to,
for sure.
Unless we get pinch hitters, we don't have to worry about it. Heart of the order up for the Golden Bears, Dominic Bukowski and Uran. Some throwing down in the Perrysburg bullpen. Took that ball high. Ball one. Pitch on the way big, swing and a miss. Carter tried to tie that one on one swing of the bat.
Yep, for sure.
1-1 to the big first baseman. That one in the dirt. 2-1. The wind in the pitch. Nice eye that time, 3-1. Carter leads the team in walks this year. Adds to that team lead. Lead off runner on.
The catcher, number 6, Cam Bukowski.
Brings up Bukowski. Cam batting in the 4-hole. Fouls that one out of play. Ferris settled down after a rocky first inning. Bunt. Nice bunt on the ground. Going to be everybody safe.
That
Tough
was beautiful,
play.
right in the spot.
That's a hit. I agree. They're saying in the press box, that's a hit, that's a hit. Got to agree, that's a hit.
So 3 runs, 3 hits.
Durant
no
had a big
errors for
RBI
Perrysburg.
single in the first. Drove in the only run for the Golden Bears. Ripped it down the third base line. First and second, nobody out for Bryan. Lays down a bunt, rolls foul. Durant picked up his third RBI on the season in the first inning. Does it again. Perfect bunt down to the pitcher. Tries to go 3. Balls thrown away. Going to allow the tying run to score. E1. Error on the pitcher. Nice bunt. The Golden Bears playing small ball here in the 4th inning.
And just to clarify, it's 3-2 because they were up 3-1, not 2-1.
Oh, 3-2. You're right.
So
I
we're
forgot about the
close.
hit bat runner coming in.
Yep.
All right.
We-
Tying run on second.
But
Hunter Watson up. Went to bunt again.
and I wanted to clarify that because I accidentally bumped it to 4 runs for Perrysburg instead of Bryan. So I want to make sure we're all square.
Between you and me, we got it somewhere in the middle. 3-2 Perrysburg. 3-3-1 for Perrysburg. 2-3-2 for the Golden Bears. Big run of signs. Nobody out here still in the 4th inning for the Golden Bears. Just showing bunt all the way.
He was just waiting there with the,
He was.
the
It
bunt
was
out.
just doing it again. Squares, lays down another perfect bunt. Only plays it first. Doesn't get him. Ball gets away. Bukowski scores. Uran to third.
And I don't think he didn't get the runner at,
and they're
home
giving
either.
E4 on that one on the catch. I don't think they gave that one to the pitcher. I think that was an E4. Throw looked good.
Throw looked good.
Nobody out. Now we're all
Now we're
tied
tied
at 3.
up. There you go.
Brings J-Mo to the plate. First and third. The line to pitch. Going to throw down to second. Uncontested. The ball gets through. Another error on Perrysburg. The go-ahead run scores. Stolen base for Hunter Watson. Error on, I'm not sure who you're giving it to, the shortstop or the catcher. But the Golden Bears take the lead. 3 errors in the inning for Perrysburg on 117 bunts.
Just to give you the official scoring.
Yes.
3 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for Perrysburg. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Bryan. That's
Okay,
the
that's
official
scoring.
The official
Okay.
scoring. I never trust the scoreboard. I trust the official game changer.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
Oh, and you normally have me set up with the tablet.
I do.
here,
I
partner.
need to do that. Today's been a
Today's been a little crazy.
Today's been a little crazy. It's been rough. Last week of school and
Yeah.
a lot going on, and yeah.
Last week of school gets a little nuts. My first day back from vacation after being gone for 2 weeks, it was just a non-stop stream in my office today. I finally got to look in the folder for baseball around 1 o'clock. So pitch on the way. Spiked that one in the dirt. Gets away. Watson's going to score. 5-3 Golden Bears. Still nobody out in the fourth. Didn't we do this in the fourth the last time?
Yeah, I think we did against
like
Delta.
12 runs in the fourth inning last time we were together?
Well, J-Mo's got plenty of space. There's nobody open.
And that's another walk. And we got
Another mound
visit, our third of the day. Just like a mound visit can stop the game, unexpected plumbing problems can halt your day. Don't let old lead water lines or broken sewer laterals throw you a curveball. For a reliable inspection, call S&S Directional Boring at 419-630-0726.
Want to thank Lee Drugan and all the folks over at S&S Directional Boring for their support.
And all of our sponsors for the support that let us do what we do.
Just while this pitching change or this mound visit's happening tomorrow, Bears play Bath. It's going to be Sam Molina on the call. I have to push buttons tomorrow, so I can't help out. And then Wednesday, you and I will be back together as we'll be down at Ottawa Glandorf. The weather in the next 2 days does not look
great. Going to be a little iffy.
Defiance, they can play in the rain there with turf, but OG is going to be rough because it's in the park and there's not any shelter or anything.
Pop this bunt up, going to go foul. Yeah, and OG doesn't drain well any of their fields.
Yeah. We had such trouble at Napoleon. I think it was a couple years ago. Napoleon, we did a district final maybe at Napoleon against Napoleon, and it was pouring down rain. We had garbage bags everywhere, and it was not fun.
Missed on the bunt that time. Tucker Miller did.
Did he call that a ball or a strike? Because they haven't updated the scoreboard.
Quarter to ball, 1-1.
Okay.
Good eye on that one. That one looked close. Oh, they did call the last one a strike, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Okay.
Big lefty up in the pen for Perrysburg. Lifted into left center. Center fielder glasses down, makes a snag.
Good to see Tucker Miller back. He's been injured this year, so
in the bullpen for Ottawa, or for Perrysburg, thinking Ottawa already.
Yep.
Number 7, A.J. Crowley, out getting loose. Crowley 2-0 with a .95 ERA.
Just 1 out and 4 runs have come in. Wow.
10 appearances for Crowley, all out of the bullpen. Big hopper. Nice play by the first baseman. Race to the bag. Got him by a step.
Good hustle there by Mason Welling.
Well, good hustle to get down the line, but a really good play by Tyler Palmer. I thought that was going to be trouble over his head.
The second baseman, number 15, Carter Luce.
Carter Luce comes up 2 for 2 on the day. Oh, 1 for 2 on the day.
1 for 2.
Got a seeing eye single in the first,
Yep.
and then almost had the same hit in the second. On the ground, up the middle, second baseman Redding over to first in time. But Bryan gets 4 in the fourth. We go to the fifth, 5-3 Golden Bears on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 63.
Welcome back. Sumter Field, big inning for the Golden Bears. Not a lot of hits, but they caused 3 errors, put 4 runs across the plate.
Yeah, they did. And, for Perrysburg, 3 runs on 3 hits, 3 errors. For Bryan, 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. So you take him how you can get him, right, partner?
Take how you can get him. I mean, we talked to the pregame, and we're both of our pregames. Bryan's big struggle this year has been unearned runs.
Yep.
Way too many errors, whether those be, physical fielding errors, mental errors, throwing errors. If, to me, I'm not saying this team's going to make a huge, deep run in the playoffs, but if they play solid defense,
Yep.
Bryan can play with anybody.
Yes, they can.
The problem is, and I think sometimes we forget, because we turn on and watch the Tigers or the Guardians or someone, these are 16, 17-year-old kids. And the problem is one mistake often leads to multiple mistakes.
Yep, for sure.
We see it in football. We see it in
compounds
basketball.
itself.
It just compounds because it gets in your head.
Yep.
So if Bryan's playing clean defensive ball, that just builds with everybody. Pitch on the way. Spike curve, spiked in the dirt, 1-1. Landon Winters, the right fielder, digs in. Fry kicks and delivers. A little bit short on the curveball again, 2-1. High and outside, ball 3. Three and 1. Strike at the letters. Full count. The payoff pitch on the way. Rip foul down the left field line.
That was hit hard.
Hit hard. Was their best hit ball of the day. A couple of fly balls last inning were nice, but that was a solid contact. Just got out in front of it. Again, the payoff on the way. Rip this time into left. That's going to be a fair ball. Welling over to cut it off. Going 2 on the play. Head first slides in.
Batting for Perrysburg, number 1.
Tyler Palmer up, the big first baseman. Good defensive play in the last inning for Palmer. Runner on second now. Nobody out. Top of the 5th. 5-3 Golden Bears. The kick and the delivery.
Ooh.
A little bit outside. Ball 1. Pitch on the way. Lifted down the right field line towards the bullpen. Out of play.
Way out.
If I'm Elijah Fry, I'm a little happy that ball went out of play because it was nice and white and not very scuffed up. And if I'm pitching, I want a little bit of grip on that thing. The 1-1 pitch. High and outside, ball 2. Ball 3.
Inside.
31 on the count. Nobody out. Top of the 5th. 5-3 Golden Bears. Pitch on the way. Again, lifted down the right field line.
Same spot.
About the same spot. Count stays full. Runner on second. Nobody out. Full count on the hitter. Pitch from Fry on the way. Loses him outside. Ball gets away from Bukowski. Going to put runners on the corner. Big spinning curveball that didn't break. First and third down, nobody out.
Batting for the Yellow Jackets, number 17.
Bears need to, pardon my pun, bear down here because they cannot allow a big inning from Perrysburg.
Yeah, when you put a crooked number on the board, you want to get out and
not put up anything.
Third baseman Grant Petty's up for the Jackets. Runner going, fouled on, put a little hit and run on.
Yes, they did.
Little hit and run. You know, pretty bold call. 40 years coaching high school baseball. I'm not going to question him.
Yeah.
But you got a guy who's got as many strikeouts as he does hits on the season. You're putting on a hit and run. The 0-1 pitch. Keeping the runners honest. Fry looks in, gets the sign. Pitch on the way, big swing and a miss. Strike 2, took something off of that one. Came in at 71 miles an hour. That may have been a slider. Came in pretty hard, but it just kind of bottom dropped out of it. No ball, 2 strike pitch. Called strike 3. Big strikeout. Welling Construction, third generation family owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Call us at 419-636-3172. A big Welling Construction strikeout.
This is the second strikeout of the afternoon. Bukowski has one and Fry has one.
Think you'll have a few more tomorrow. Runner going. Umpire gets in the way of the play. No play was going to be made at second anyway. Bryan had the play on to try to cut down a runner coming from third. Pitcher Ferris batting for himself. Second and third. One out. Took something off of that one. Big swing and a miss.
So my son Dom played travel ball with Elijah Fry and got to see him pitch quite a bit. He has the ability to mix up pitches, and he's pretty sneaky about it. Wasn't fooled there though.
Nice play. You know, Bryan's catchers have been doing a really good job back there, keeping things from getting away. One ball, two strikes, one out. Pitch on the way. Gets him on another Welling Construction strikeout. Third generation family owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Back to the top of the order, Owen Mead up to bat. Good work by Fry after getting two guys on, second and third. Two straight strikeouts. Nice pitch that time. He does. He mixes up his pitches really well, changes speeds. The wind, the pitch. Up into the air, into right field. Second baseman out, right fielder in. Almost a collision, but Curtis pulls it in, and the Golden Bears get out of the inning. No runs for Perrysburg in that inning. 5-3 Golden Bears going to the bottom of the fifth.
At Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family owned and family focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Welcome back here to Sumter Field. 5-3 Bryan. Officially 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Golden Bears. 3 for Perrysburg on your main stop scoreboard. Open when you need them. You're always near a main stop with Thursday, every Thursday. Was a little surprised after the big 4-run inning for the Golden Bears that they walked Preston Ferris back out to pitch the 5th. But even as the inning starts, Crowley goes back to the bullpen. It looks like between innings or during Perrysburg at bats, they've got their pitchers who are going to be pitching sectional games or district games out, getting a little bit of throwing in. They're still in their kind of old gold pullovers. But once the inning gets started, they send Crowley out to the bullpen immediately. Meat of the order, Cade Carlin up. Takes a strike after he pulls back a bunt. Get Cade on the base paths, dangerous things happen. Going to say that was a little bit outside. 1-1 the count. Wind the pitch. Fouled off. A little bit in front of that when Cade wanted it, couldn't hold back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Carlin strikes out, swinging. Took a little bit off of that one. Brings up Carter Dominic.
Bears, the first baseman, number 5, Carter Dominic.
The pitch to the big first baseman. Outside, ball 1. Spiked that one onto the plate. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch on the way. Took something off of it. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Pitch big, swing and a cut on that one. 2-2. Two pitch, rip fouled on the third base line. Nobody in the Bryan pen. Crowley still throwing in the Perrysburg pen. 2-2 count. Carter Dominic with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Gets him on a swing and a miss. Catcher to first base. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ferris this inning. Brings up Jacob Uran. No, Cam Bukowski. Takes a strike. Off the pitcher to the second baseman. Throw to first. Gets him. A 1-4-3 end to the inning. We've played 5 here at the end of 5. Golden Bears 5, Perrysburg 3 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
At Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
A change for the Golden Bears. Going into right field is Damian Wolf. Looking to see if there's any other changes. Luce Watson, Uran, Welling, Carlin, Bukowski. Nope, everybody else is the same. Just a change out in right field.
And Damian Wolf has most of the season has not batted and has played right field as the object of the designated hitter. So this is not uncommon to have him out there. Tucker Miller normally plays second base, and so he went out there because of all the infield changes. From having Bukowski pitch.
So Fry's coming in for his 3rd inning of work.
At the plate for Perrysburg, number 5, Ryan Reddick.
Ryan Reddick leads things off, the second baseman for the Yellow Jackets. Taking a peek, nobody going down to the Golden Bear bullpen. I think the question for me is, with the tournament game coming on Wednesday, do you waste Gavin Pittman innings in this one?
I think you ride with Fry until you get into trouble with him.
2-0.
But that pitch looked pretty down the center. Again, we're on the third base side, so that was outside.
That was outside, 3-0. The delivery. Lost him on 4. That one looked pretty good too from here, but again, from here.
From here.
Mefford coming in. And that one looked high, and they called that one a strike. But hey, we'll take him.
We'll take it.
No
We'll take
balls,
what we
one
can get.
strike. The line, the pitch. Nice play by Bukowski to keep that one in front of him on the shorty. 1-1.
In the pros, they call that a slurve, a slider curve.
There is action in the Bryan pen now.
Be interesting to see if maybe they got Landon Bassett warming up. I don't know. We'll have to see who's down there.
Big
That would not
curveball
surprise
stayed
me.
a little bit high. I think it might be. Again, another one low. Good stop. 31, 3-1. Runner on first. Nobody out here, top of the 6th. The line, the pitch. Lost him. 2 on, nobody out.
Hey, we got another mound visit.
Another mound visit. That's long. JMO out warming up in the pen for the Golden Bears. Another mound visit, just like a mound visit can stop the game. Unexpected plumbing problems can halt your day. Don't let your old lead water lines or broken sewer laterals throw you a curveball. For a reliable inspection, call S&S Directional Boring, 419-630-0726.
It is JMO.
Yeah, it's JMO.
I just got some confirmation from the boys in the dugout, which you probably heard me ask on the air since I hit the wrong button.
Hit the wrong button.
It's been a day.
It's been a day.
And a week. And it's Monday. Oh,
And they're going to make the change.
So we are going to see a new pitcher.
Jamison Longoria, the center on the football team, right?
Yeah, he was.
Jamo's our center. Comes in, 18.2 innings pitched, 7 appearances. He started 4 times, faced 99 batters, has an ERA of 7.5, 12 walks, 7 strikeouts, hit 2 batters.
Jamison Longoria.
It's another situation where you're not going to go with, Carter Dominic or Gavin Pittman.
You're not going to see Cade. You're not going to see Carter. My question is that if you get into a save opportunity, you bring Pittman in. He's normally their guy that shuts things down, because you're not going to expect him to have to go 6 or 7 innings anytime.
Stuff looks decent. Why don't we thank our sponsors real quick while we're waiting here?
That's a really good idea, partner.
Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veterans Services of Williams County, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Krill Funeral Home, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Thank you to all of our sponsors bringing you the game. And again, tomorrow we're at Defiance as the Lady Bears will play Bath. Bath defeated Van Wert to get there to that game. Bears had a bye. And then
I have a guess Thea's going to be on the mound or
yeah,
in the circle.
Pretty sure.
Have a guess.
Pretty sure. I don't know if you haven't caught Thea's feature on Channel 11, go back and watch that. It's really interesting because, I figured it'd be about Thea, but there was a lot of information, a lot of talking to her pitching coach, who has worked with her for years now and has, helped her, and talking about mechanics and making adjustments and how little change can change how you're pitching. It's quite interesting and informative. So.
And for those of us who grew up playing baseball, softball pitching is a completely different mechanic.
Yes, it is. But it's fun to watch.
It's incredibly fun to watch. First pitch swinging. Carlin coming in, going to take it on one hop. Hold the runner. Nice throw by Cade from center field. Bases loaded, though.
At the plate, number 18.
A few years ago where they had Finch pitching at the All-Star game to a bunch of major leaguers who couldn't hit her, shows you just how tough it is to put a bat on a ball in fast pitch softball. Bases loaded. In at the corners. Graham fouls it straight up. Out of play. Kicks and delivers. Hopper back to the pitcher. Take the easy out at the plate. 1-2 on the putout. Nice heads-up play.
Yep, good heads-up play right there. Whenever you're the pitcher and you get something bouncy to you, you have to think for a second before you throw. Where am I going?
Where am I going? And I'm not sure if our mics picked up on it, but if you heard the whole bench was yelling 1, 1, 1, telling him to go home with it. Landon Winters up. Still bases loaded. Nice curveball that time for a strike.
Wind picking up a little bit.
And the wind has turned to blowing in from right field.
Yep.
The stretch checks his runners, steps off. Stretch the pitch, a little bit outside. Nobody moving, 1-1. Carter Dominic still playing in at first. Uran creeping in at third. Short and second at double play depth if they can get out of the inning. Ball a little bit high. 2-1.
And the challenge with bases loaded is, you make a mistake and it causes a run.
It does.
So,
and hopefully only one.
Yeah, and you have to have a focus.
Pitch on the way, big swing and a miss. Strike two. Big swing and a miss. Welling Construction strikeout, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Big strikeout there, partner.
Yeah.
Brings up the big first baseman, Tyler Palmer. Infield goes back to its normal depth. Ripped into right field. Wolf Fields are going to get one in. They're going to get two in. Runners go to the corners. Nice piece of hitting that time by Palmer. You know, every at bat is a battle between the pitcher and the hitter, and sometimes you just got to give the hitter credit.
Yep, you do.
Tied it up.
A good spot.
Looks like they're going to make a change hitting.
We're tied at 5.
Tied at 5.
Scoreboard.
The official scoreboard partner.
Hang on just a second.
Our main stop of Northwest Ohio scoreboard, open when you need them. Always near a main stop with Thursday, every Thursday.
Got to let it update. It hasn't updated from that. There we go. 5 runs on 7 hits, 3 errors for Perrysburg. And then 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 error for the Bears.
There we go.
2 runs are in here. Bears, Perrysburg opened it up top of the first with a run. Bryan scored in the bottom to make it 2-1. Then it was 3-1. Bears went ahead 4-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning, and now 2 here.
Pinch hitting for Perrysburg, number 6, Aaron Banks. Pitch high, 1-0. Both bullpens quiet. Big swing and a miss. Stretch the pitch. Runner going from first. Throw not going anywhere. Uncontested. Second and third, 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball high, 3-1. On the ground to short, gobbled up by Watson, throw to first, gets him. 6-3 on the putout, but the Yellow Jackets get 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-5 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
A.J. Crowley on to pitch for the Yellow Jackets. Again, tall left-hander this time.
They have tall pitchers in Perrysburg.
They do. You know, it's interesting. The last time the Bulldogs of Defiance won the state, they had a couple of really tall pitchers, and they kind of got it this year too. And, you know, Defiance just lost their first game 2 nights ago against the number 20 ranked team in the whole state of Indiana, all divisions. I got to say, after watching Wisconsin football, I'm glad we're not all up here jumping around.
That's right. The wind has really picked up.
It's really picked up. Take a peek at my handy-dandy weather app.
I'm just curious. Eric, hit the weather for just a second. I'm just curious. I think our weather updates automatically. I'm just curious if the weather, the winds have changed at all. It's down to 73. It says only 6.
My little handy-dandy app says the temperature's not 73, it's 65.
Okay.
And the wind is at 10. Again, Crowley on the season. .14 innings pitched, a .95 ERA. Hit 2. His 11th appearance on the season. Gets Uran to strike out.
Made quick work of Jacob there.
Hunter Watson stepping up. Be nice getting 13 on base. Enough speed to make some things happen. Pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Took that one inside, ball 2. Fouled, cue balled off the first base line. Square to bunt, pulled back, 3-1. Gets everybody moving. Second baseman going to first base, third baseman charge, and we've seen that Perrysburg doesn't handle the bunt very well.
No, they don't.
Skip that one, gets away from the catcher.
Oh, we got a base runner here.
Got a base runner.
Jamo's up to bat. One down, so.
Little more difficult to steal on the lefty.
Yeah, a little bit.
Keep an eye on you there at first base. Big swing and a miss by Jamo. Took something off of that one.
Yep.
Crowley steps off. Pulls back the bunt. Was thinking about throwing behind him, but there's nobody there.
Yeah, you're basically your first baseman came in to play the bunt because he showed bunt.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on runner on first. 5-5 ball game, bottom of the 6th. Pitch on the way, ripped. Foul ball. That would have been trouble if it had been just a little bit more
a little fair, yep.
To the right. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Hunter Watson on first base after drawing a walk. He's going. Little hit and run. Grounder to second. Second baseman scoops it up. Redding to Palmer gets the out, but puts a runner into scoring position.
I like the play, the little hit and run.
Damian Wolf, who came in to play right field, coming to bat for the first time. Octavian digs in for his first at bat. Swing and a miss. One and one.
Pitch was outside. Good eye there by Wolf.
That was a very good idea. All right. Wind the pitch. Swing and a miss. Crowley digs in. Kicks and delivers. Takes the ball high.
Two's all across. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And a runner on second.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way. Gets them on strikes for the Golden Bears in the 6th. No runs, no hits. 1 man left on base. We go to the 7th, all tied up 5-5 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Longoria going out for the 7th inning, all tied up here 5-5 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Would have liked to get a run there, but alas, it wasn't meant to be.
Well, the one nice thing about that is, even if we didn't get the run, we get Welling and then to the top of the order here in the 7th. They're in the bottom part of their order as they've got 9 and then the top 2. So it'll be the pitcher, Crowley, batting, then Owen Mead, their left fielder, and then Ryan Redding. You know, I look at that. The thing is you definitely got to get Crowley because you get to that number 2, 3, and 4 hitter, 325, 429,
Yep.
308. And that 429, I looked at the stats and like 429, he can't have played much. No, he's playing every daggone game, and he's hitting 429 on the season. Looking around, any defensive changes for the Golden Bears, don't see any. Welling, Carlin, Wolf, Longoria on the mound. Nope, no defensive changes this inning for the Golden Bears. Crowley coming up, see if I can track down his batting stats.
Yeah, the max pep stats are nice because they're always available. They're just not very readable.
Crowley hitting 250 on the season. 3 for 12, 2 RBIs. Not a lot of at-bats.
Nope.
Ball high.
Ooh.
Takes the ball.
Just a smidge high, maybe?
Maybe. Had to be. Field line hooking foul. I don't know. I mean, you're out there. At least he's in the sun.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
the sun, there's a little bit of a. We're in that time of year in Ohio where the sun is warm and the shade is not.
Yes. I saw him in shorts. I'm like, woo.
Full count. Long ripped into right. Crowley's going to round first. Wolf up into second base. Nice job of Jamer to come out of that count to work it back to something he could work with.
Yep. And that was a nice play by Damian Wolf. He wasn't going to catch it, but he did a good job of tracking it down.
Not sure what the conversation was there. I was wondering if they're going to make a switch to, oh, it's Zeeb coming back into bat.
Okay.
He started the game in left field, was pinch hit for Meade, stayed in, and now he's back up. And you kind of knew that's exactly what he was going to do. You bring in a bunting specialist to try to move your guy over, put the go-ahead run into scoring position.
Sure.
And you bring the lefty in to do it because he's 2 steps closer to first base.
He is. And if he puts it down the third base line. Ooh, that was close.
That was a nice move. Nice move. Zeeb digs in. Uran charging from third. Dominic holding at first. Gets the bunt on the ground to third. Jacob goes to Carter, gets the force out. Nice sacrifice, though. Well played.
Very well played.
It was well played by everybody. Perfect bunt. Jacob had nothing to do except go to first base. They made the pitch and catch. Brings up Redding now, runner in scoring position for the second baseman. The go-ahead run in scoring position. Luce and Watson keeping Crowley honest at second base. One ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. Scoots away. He's going. Pitch in the dirt. Got away from Bukowski. Moves the runner to third now. 2 balls, no strikes.
Boy, it's too bad Cam couldn't come up with that.
I was a little surprised because the Reddick was telling Crowley not to go, and Crowley went anyway. Infield in now. Try to stop the run. Nice pitch that time for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Infield in, outfield in. The wind, the pitch. Skied into the gap. Carlin's going to get it, gets by Cade. Still going to hold him to a single. Nice backup play that time by Mason Welling.
The 9th hit of the night for Perrysburg. 9 hits.
Yeah.
6 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Bears. Now we've got a pinch hitter.
Or pinch runner. Number, trying to look to see.
Number 10.
Number 10, Noah Lindsay. Medford.
He is 0 for 1 with 3 walks tonight. Oh. Got him.
Got him. Got him.
Good move.
You know, that was a really good move, a really smart play, almost a delayed pickoff, and got him leaning. I mean, you kind of know when you got a pinch runner and he's in there to do one thing.
Right.
Really good call.
Especially when the batter wasn't a catcher or a pitcher.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
popped up out of play on the first base side. That was a big out.
yes, it was.
You know, you're to this meat of the order with, you know, your 429 hitter, a 308 hitter. You're pinch running for a guy who hit 325 and drove in the go-ahead run. You know, this had a chance to be one of those roller coaster innings. Ripped fair ball down the third base line into the corner. Stayed up double. And that's how big that out is.
Yep,
if that's not an out,
run.
it's 7-5.
Yep, for sure.
Are they calling him back on a foul ball? They are. They're calling it a foul ball.
Wow. Well, the third base coach certainly marked it foul. Or fair, I mean.
He's not arguing. And again, 40 years coaching. I'm thinking he so, you know, we'll take it. That would have been a ripped up hit. Instead, it's just a long strike. Ball high. 1-1.
Oh, 1 and 2.
Said one and
counts 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
We may not have counted for the strike, the foul ball.
Everybody erased their scoreboards when the hit came in. Then it was just a long foul ball. The wind, the delivery.
Ooh, close.
Deuce is wild. Even Mefford's looking at the up. What is the count officially? 2 and 2, 2 outs. This one
That
in
one's
the
fair.
air, into the gap. Welling under it, grips it, big out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Bryan needs 1. 6-5, Perrysburg at the end of 6.5 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not.
So the confusing part of substitutions in high school is you can be pinch hit for, you can leave the game, you can come back in and pinch hit and stay in the game.
And
so J.D. Zeeb is back in left field. I think that's the only change I see. They're leaving Crowley in to pitch, looking around the infield. I think everything else stays the same for Perrysburg except for Zeeb is now back in left field.
Got the bottom of the order up. Started with Mason Welling, but then to the top. So if Mason can get on, there's a couple of good things. One is Mason's fast, so you can advance some runners on some small ball, and then you have the top of the order back.
Exactly. You got Carter Luce, who's had a good game. You got Cade Carlin, who's got a good game, except for the strikeout his last time up. And then you got the big guy, you know, Carter, just lurking, waiting to put this one away. Welling, Luce, and Carlin here in the bottom of the 7th for the Golden Bears, trailing by 1. Crowley toes the rubber, digs in, delivers. Into center field. Neffer tracks it down. Kid's just a solid ball player. 429 on the season. Plays a solid center field. You know, he's one of those that is like, oh, wow, he's good. Carter Luce up. The line delivery. This one smoked into the gap. Big single for Luce. Rounds first. Gets back safe. That was
close.
A sneaky little play, sneaking the catcher down the first base line. Because you're rounding first base. You're seeing the first baseman. You're going, I'm good. 1 out in the 7th.
Big swing for Cade.
Doubled by the pitcher. Everybody's going to be safe.
That'll be an error.
That's an error.
That's the 4th error of the afternoon. And this is dangerous right here.
This is dangerous. 1 out. Tying run at second. Winning run on first. And Carter Dominic, your senior leader, hitting .353 on the season. Gets the pitch. Big swing and a miss. One of the things that I've noticed with Lattimore behind the plate, he's not looking to the coach to get a sign. He's dropping his own signs. He's calling the game for his pitchers.
Although I do wonder, you are allowed to have a pitch call in high school now. He did at one point tap his ear and look over at his coach.
Okay.
So, yeah, so he's not calling the game.
So he's getting the call in.
He's getting the calls.
No balls, 2 strikes to Dominic. Asks for time, gets time. First and second, 1 out. No balls, 2 strikes. The Golden Bears need 1 to keep it alive. Gets the strikeout. Leaves up to Cam Bukowski, last out of the game. Golden Bears need 1.
How cool would it be for Bukowski to hit something here to win the game after he started pitching it?
And then be mad because you didn't get the win.
That's right.
You get the win to JMO. Outfield playing in, looking to cut off the run on a single. A 1 pitch on the way. Outside, 1-1.
Nice job there by the catcher to keep that one in front of him.
Runner not being held at first. Runner not being held at second. Focusing on the batter. Here's a pitch. Again, low. 2-1. Big, slow curveball for a strike.
Two's
Two
the
and
cross.
2 outs. Golden Bears down to their last strike. The pitch on the way. Single. They're going to wave loose. Tying run in. Big single for Cam Bukowski. Ties this one up in the bottom of the 7th. 6-6 brings Uran up.
We're going to get a pinch runner. Hunter Mufeld is going to pinch run it, I think, at first base.
Now batting for the Gold Bears, the third baseman, number 11, Jacob Uran. Running for the Gold Bears, number 12, Hunter Mufeld.
2 outs. Big 2-out hit. All tied up. Bottom of the 7th. Winning run on second base for the Golden Bears. Crowley steps off. Nobody in the bullpen for Bryan. Nobody in the bullpen for Perrysburg.
Big swing.
Game-winning run, 180 feet away. Fouled out of play down the first base line. 0-2. Stayed alive. Little foul tip. Catcher couldn't hold on to it. Stays alive. 0-2.
They need a ball. They're missing a ball. I think it's 0-2. Oh, it's 2-2. That can't be right, is it?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's 0-2. Crowley worried about the runner. Jacob steps out. Make him think about it.
That's right. It is 0-2, by the way.
Foul ball. Fouled it off his foot.
Yeah.
That hurts. Pitch on the way. Good eye.
1-2 now. It's 1-2. 1-2. We all have to help him.
We all had it. The only thing that didn't was the scoreboard.
The one that I'm concerned about is why is the base umpire not keeping the count?
Two and two. Two and two. Two out. Tying run on, or winning run on second. 3-2 with two out.
Oof.
You just heard the bench scream, don't get
get
picked off. Because we've been in this situation once before.
Yes.
And Cade left too soon. Tried to get him again, got him again, just nobody behind him.
Nobody there to do it. Coach Walker's hair is turning gray as we speak.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are.
He just had a little baby in the last couple
Cade's
weeks.
fast enough that a single to the outfield's going to win it anyway. And got him looking with a big pitch.
So
it's a night for free baseball. Free baseball as we go to extra innings at the end of 7, 6-6 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. We are family-owned, family-focused, caring for families for over 100 years.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Family owned, family focused.
Welcome back here as we go to extras. All tied up 6-6, 6-9-4 for the Yellow Jackets, 6-4-1 for your Golden Bears. It's been a good ball game, Chris.
Yeah, and I need to correct that. It's actually 6-6-1 for the Golden Bears. That's my mistake.
It's 6 and what?
6-6-1.
6-6-1 for the Golden Bears.
My mistake.
Longoria is going to stay on the pitch, bringing up for Perrysburg. Leading things off, it looks like will be number 3, Braden Heitmeyer.
Well, Longoria's pitched pretty well.
He's had him, gave up the 1 run last inning. So Heitmeyer, Graham, and Winters for the Yellow Jackets. So when coaches are trying to save innings going into tournament play, the last thing either one of these coaches wanted was extras.
Right, exactly.
1 ball, no strikes. Ripped, skied into left field, has Welling on his horse, over his head, bounces off the wall. Heitmeyer's going to round first, coast into second, leadoff double for the Yellow Jackets. That ball was smoked.
Yes, it was.
Brings the DH up. Go ahead run now on second base. The wind, the pitch. Squares to butt. Said he went, strike. Bears got a little bit lucky on that play.
Yep.
Jacob was charging, but Hunter forgot to cover third.
Yeah, that only works when there's a person there to help with that.
Getting everybody moving is a good thing. One ball, one strike, nobody out. JMO digs in, pitches, ripped to short, through Watson. I believe that will probably be an E6.
Yeah, I think it would be an E6.
7-6 now. Landon Winters up.
Be the second Bryan error.
Runner going, throw down. He's got
him.
Nice throw.
One run is in. Base is empty again.
One ball, no strikes. A big out, though, on the caught stealing. Little slow spinner in there for a strike, 1-1. Spun another one in there, a slow spinner, 63 miles an hour.
I guess that was 1 and 2.
It's 1 and 2. Brings the heat straight up. Bukowski under it. 2 outs. Coach is hot. at his own player.
What?
He
threw the bat at
tossed
he tossed the bat up in the air, basically.
Yeah, with a play.
Yeah.
With a guy who's been coaching for 40 years, you're not going to get away with that.
No, absolutely not.
He comes charging down the third base line, looking at his bench coach, talk to him.
That was a nice play by Bukowski.
It was really nice.
Dodge bats thrown at him.
Smoke down the
and it's
fair ball. Palmer's going to give it a shot in sliding.
And there's no way any umpire could call that.
No.
The position that he was out to do foul. They couldn't see that. The home play umpire couldn't see it. So even if he had him, there's no way they would have called it.
It's a tough thing about a two-man crew.
Yeah.
And
I saw, interestingly enough, I was looking at the umpires for the rest of the week. We have a three-man crew at Defiance tomorrow because it's district.
Right.
But back to a two-man crew on Wednesday because it's only sectionals. Just the umpire shortage is just really rough.
It's really rough. It's hurting every sport.
Yeah. So, my kid umpires, and he has a game tonight. He got a call at 3 o'clock this afternoon asking about doing a game in Archbold tonight.
So one of the murmurings that I've started to hear, they may have to go back to two-man crews in basketball at the varsity level because there's just not enough.
Yep.
You're looking at a JV and varsity game, and there's also talk of having the same refs do both games. Top foul.
And that's a possibility. You see referees at some of these youth tournaments that do 3-4 games a day. It's not, especially if you get a younger ref that can keep up with it.
But one of the things that they try to do is you get your more experienced guys.
Yep.
You want your inexperienced guys to be working JV games.
Exactly, right.
I reffed basketball for a lot of years, and it's just, I'm glad I got my start playing elementary tournaments, middle school tournaments, and JV games.
Ooh.
Laid off that one. That was close. 2-2.
It was close. Just on the outside.
The one to pitch. Runner's going, hit and run. That one's going to find the gap.
That'll score a run, too.
Going to be a close one at second. In sliding. Nice backup by Carter Dominic. 3 doubles this inning.
At the plate for Perrysburg, number 7, A.J. Crowley.
Crowley, the pitcher, in to bat.
12th hit for the Yellow Jackets this game.
That one came back hard.
Yes, it did. Got me looking at cameras.
You were looking at cameras, and I was moving back behind the pole. That's what I was doing.
That came back with some power.
It did. Skied into center
far.
field. Should be a can of corn for Cade. And it is. We get out of it. 8-6 now, though. The Golden Bears need 2 to keep this one going. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Perrysburg 8, Bryan 6 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Well, partner, we need 2 runs.
We do.
Last inning, we needed 1 run, and we got it. See if we can get 2 this inning.
We
to
need
keep things
3
going.
this inning, though.
Which no coach wants in a game that means nothing in a non-conference game.
Right.
No announcer wants.
Well, here's how long it's been since we've done a multi-inning game, an extra inning game. If Eric puts up our score bug, we don't have an 8 in the position, and it looks a little different, that spot. You got the 2. I don't know how to do that.
So we're going to be just adding to that. If it goes on, it'll be a 7 or yeah. It'll be like the scoreboard out here at the field the night that the Golden Bears put up 11 in 1 inning.
Yeah.
It goes back to 1.
It goes back to 1. So I don't know how to fix that, and, I'll learn.
So 8-12 and 4 for Perrysburg, 6-6 and 2 for the Golden Bears. Crowley coming out to finish this one off, trying to get the win. Watson, Longoria, and Wolf.
Yep.
Or Tucker Miller if they bring him back in, because you can do that in high school, as we found out with Perrysburg.
Yes.
The shortstop, number 13, Hunter Watson.
Telling you what, we get too many extra innings. I'm going to have to start paying people more. No, we do not get overtime.
No overtime? Yeah.
It's a school. We don't get overtime. I'm on my 12-and-a-half hour right now for today.
Hunter takes first pitch, a little bit high for a ball. Wind the pitch. Foul. Almost.
Oh, my
dug
goodness.
out.
Somebody went over.
Did we get that on camera?
I don't know.
We did.
I don't think
It's
we
on
did get on camera.
It's like, did you see the guy that went in the water at the PGA to get Rory's ball?
We just had a kid go over the wall.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Swing and a miss. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's got some pitch that has all of our guys reaching and way out in front of it. 68, 70 miles an hour. Big strikeout there. 1 down. J-Mo trying to not take the loss on his pitching career.
Yep.
The wind of the pitch. Scalded down the third base line, but this one's going to be foul.
Nice job by Coach Walker to duck down and get out of the way of that one.
Nice eye that time. 1-1.
Do we have somebody heading out to the mound? Getting loose?
I don't think so. I think he's just getting a run in. Not sure I've ever seen that before. Foul ball. Stayed alive. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here, bottom of the 8th. Perrysburg leading it now 8-6. Takes that one high. 2-2.
Boy, that was close, too.
The wind, the pitch. Rip to the third baseman. Nice stop. See if he's going to get him. Big throw across the diamond. Doesn't get him. Beat it out. And that one's close. I'm not sure what you're going to call that one.
Yeah.
Because that was a great play by the third baseman. Good stretch by the first baseman.
I think we'll give him a hit. Let's see what they give him here.
They are. Tucker Miller coming back in to hit. And we got a pinch runner. Cole Bat going out to run for JMO.
Let's see. It hasn't updated yet.
Number 4, Cole Bat.
The scoreboard here gave an error.
They have not. The game changer is not updated yet. At all. It still says 2-2. They gave him an error.
Gave him an error. That's a hard error.
That is a hard error.
You know, it was a great play by the third baseman. Throw was in the dirt. First baseman tried to scoop it. 1 ball, no strikes. Bat getting his lead from first. Pitch on the way. Fouled up, out of play.
Went
so we
into
did
the
Tucker
pine
Miller
trees.
back in, pinch hitting for Damian Wolf, who came in defensively for him. It's almost like volleyball.
It is.
Sunfield at first base. First baseman trying to shade his eyes. If I'm in first base, the last thing I want is my pitcher making a move.
Yeah, and you could see that on the runner, too.
Yeah. But even with his glasses on, you see the first baseman's got a cover on his eyes.
Oh, that was a slow. He took something off that.
He did. He did. 2-2. 1 out. Wind to the pitch. Ball. 3-2.
See if Tucker can win it here.
Full count, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Runner on first for the Golden Bears. Pitches on the way. Scoop foul out of play. Count stays 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch on the way. Loses him. Runners on first and second now. Mason Welling coming up.
I feel like Mason
now
Welling
my question
was
is
up last
do you
inning,
bunt?
which he was. What?
Do you bunt him?
Oh, yeah, you bunt him.
You know,
for
bunt
sure.
him and you put the tying run on second.
For sure.
And put the game in the hands of Cade.
Yep.
And we've seen how well they field the bunts. They've got 5 errors in the game.
Especially since you've got Mason, who's a left fielder, or left-handed hitter, as you mentioned last inning.
Got him hitting.
Interesting.
Crowley out of the stretch. Little cat and mouse game at second base.
Now he's going to bunt.
Bunt, gets down a bunt. Perfect bunt. Everybody's going to be safe.
Perfect job.
That was a perfect bunt.
Exactly what you
That
need to do.
almost was like one of those softball slappers.
Yep.
That was placed perfectly.
For sure.
And Carter Luce, who's had a good game tonight, comes to the bat. You got Luce and Cade Carlin with only 1 out. Ball outside. No place to put him now, though.
Nope, absolutely not.
And nobody in the pen. This is Crowley's game to win or lose. Gould, that is going to get to the wall. That may score 1. That's going to score 2. They're going to hold the runner. Game tying double for Carter Luce. I thought for a minute they were going to try to score Mason.
I thought so too. Mason's pretty speedy.
So with only 1 out.
I'm telling you what, though, if there's Mason's going to be active, and if there's going to be a pass ball or something, he's going.
Yeah.
They're walking Cade Carlin to get to Carter Dominic. So they
loading the bases, trying to get the double play.
Yep, they intentionally walked Cade. So if I'm Carter Dominic, I take that as a huge disrespect, and I bomb one. Yeah. And now we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Another one.
Flip my page over here. Just like a mound visit can stop the game, unexpected plumbing problems can halt your day. Don't let old lead water lines or broken sewer laterals throw you a curveball. For a reliable inspection, call S&S Directional Boring at 419-630-0726. And partner, can you pop up the scoreboard?
Yeah, the
full one, the big one?
Yeah, inning scoreboard there.
There we go on our main stop scoreboard. 8-12-5 for Perrysburg, 8-6-2 for the Golden Bears. Winning run 90 feet away, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Carter Dominic up to bat. The main stop scoreboard open when you need them. You're always near a main stop with Thursday, every Thursday. Infield in all the way around. And Carter's going to bunt, foul ball. Trying a little squeeze play, putting something on. I like it. Carter digs in. Runner welling way down the line at third, but nobody's holding him with the infield in. That ball gets 10 feet away from the catcher. He's going. Pop this one.
Oh, he caught it.
Barehanded play by the catcher. That was a heck of a play of the year right there.
Yes, it was. Oh.
I tell you what an incredible play by Lattimore back there.
Runners back up. Or I mean the
infield's back now.
Come on, Cam. Here it is. They're right there for you.
Pitch on the way. Ball 1.
What's interesting, with bases loaded, that decision they made, a walk wins the game, a hit by a pitch wins the game,
a pass ball wins the game, a wild pitch wins the game. On the way.
Oh, they're going. Oh, they're in a rundown. I don't think they got him. Did they call him out?
They called him out. Both umpires called him out.
I don't even think they touched him. There's no tag. There was no tag. Wow, that wasn't even close. There was not even a tag.
Not even a tag applied.
There was not even a tag applied. I don't know what those two guys are seeing at all, but wow. That's awful. That's why there's two of them out there. Terrible call.
And we go to the 9th.
Wow.
We go to the 9th, all tied up 8-8. And JMO goes back to the mound. You're on the Golden Bear Sports Network as we go to our extra inning.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory since 1922. We've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Back on the Golden Bear. We're to the 9th inning now. It did not update. Darn it. It is not final. We've not been in a game like this in a long time where we've had 9 innings. Might be able to see if it advances now. Try to advance it now. Here, let me see. Nope, gotta go back. Oops. So this will bring up top of the order J.D. Zeeb. That's fouled back. Makes the count 1-2. High. Two and one the count. That's swung on into left center field, and Mason Welly makes a missed play on it. Slipped on the grass, and that's a double.
Runner going to go to second. Mason may have hurt himself.
Yeah.
Reddick up, runner on second. You know, partner, one of the things that will open up a little bit behind the scenes, you drink plenty of fluid to keep your voice going in games like this, and then it goes to extra innings, and sometimes you got, and it's cold.
And I may be joining you.
And sometimes you got to make a quick run to the pit stop.
I may be doing that as well. The main stop, pit stop, yeah.
Bunt down. Moves the runner over to third.
One down.
Mason's not hurt. I think he's upset with himself for the misplay and the pickoff.
Yeah. The alleged pickoff.
The alleged pickoff. Well, it was a base running mistake and an umpire mistake.
Yeah, it was.
Now Bryan's got the infield all the way in with one out. Outfield in as well.
Well, I will say this to my crew. If we go to 14 innings, we'll pay double.
Go to 14, we get double. All right. Mefford takes that one. I tell you what a tough hitter to be facing with the go-ahead run at third base.
For sure.
Kid hitting almost 500 on the season.
And he has 3 walks today. I mean,
yeah.
He has three walks today, and he had 9 on the season coming into the game.
and he's 3-0 again.
Yeah.
You know, you almost wonder if it's unintentional walks.
Yeah.
You know, we're just not going to give this kid anything to hit. That's ripped down the line. Going to score one. And there is somebody up in the Perrysburg bullpen now.
Yep.
Can't see the number, but I can tell you this. He's tall. Which
Just
every
like
pitcher for
everybody at
Perrysburg
Perrysburg.
is. Brings up Heitmeyer. Mefford on first. And he's going. Throw by Bukowski.
Oh, my.
Good pick, a good throw. And that was just,
I don't know.
I think he was in on that one. So Heitmeyer, the shortstop.
So they're going to walk him.
Walk him. And again, same thing, trying to get that double play.
Yep.
Now batting number 18. Lucas
Brings up Graham. He had a big hit his last at bat.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison here with the Yellow Jackets.
You do. I mean, you look at this batting order, you know, 292, 325, 429, 308, 267, 288, 316. I mean,
Bears don't have anybody warming up. They're going to go with JMO as long as they can.
Graham is a DH. Pitch
Now
on
he's
the
going
way.
to look to bunt. It really comes down to Lattimore's catch.
It really does on a Carter Dominant. And, you know, a phenomenal play. As the bunt's going, he's coming up out of his stance to make the play. The ball's behind him, and he reaches behind him barehanded.
Yep.
I mean, that was just an incredible play. Gets one in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody in the Bears pen. They've set down in the Perrysburg pen. Maybe Warm.
Yeah.
The wind, the pitch. Up, out of play. 2-2. Sun creeping down, the lights coming on.
Yep.
You and I used to being under the lights, but not for doing baseball.
Not when we started at 5 p.m. This is good, though. It's showing a lot of heart and fight by the Golden Bears.
And this is a very good Perrysburg team.
Yeah,
you know, I think they've got 19 wins on the season or something like that.
19-4.
Yeah.
And they're second in the NLL, which just tells you how ridiculously tough the NLL Buckeye is.
Yeah.
Anthony Wayne is on top there. Another pickoff. Wow. Another pickoff at first base.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know, now if we could just get this move when he's playing center for the football team, you know, a little figure out some way to
Outside.
look a little outside.
Yep. You know, I think on that one, not that I'm a pitcher mechanics analyst or whatever, but he was still turned towards second as he threw that.
Yeah, I've noticed that his delivery when there's a guy on second is he almost like Louis Tiant used to, kind of turns his eyes to look back at second base.
Foul ball.
Yeah, I've noticed that today with him, and I'm like, I'm not a pitching coach, and he's pitched a pretty good few innings, but it's just it's something you don't expect.
Yep. There you go.
That was a good one.
Real good one. You can tell we've been at this a long time. The Tigers just started, and they're in the Central Time Zone today.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch on the way. In the dirt. Deuce is wild.
We have had so many 2-2 counts with 2 outs.
It's been crazy.
Foul
Stays
back.
alive. Fouls it
back.
back.
And it hit our camera. Or at least hit the net.
Hit the net. Rocked the camera.
Oh, we'll have to get that line back up.
We stay 2-2 to winners. Runners on first and second. Called him on a called strike.
Wow.
9-8, bottom of the ninth. Bryan coming up trying to tie it up again. You're on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veterans Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veterans Service Office.
Well, here we go. Once again, partner. But it's been this way. If you take a look at the scoreboard,
it's not right.
It's not right.
My fault. That's my fault right
But
there.
if you look at the one out in left center field, teams have been matching each other for the last 3 innings. 1, 2, 1. So Bryan needs 1 run here. 9, 12, and 5 for Perrysburg. 8, 7, and 2 for the Golden Bears.
We have no capability, like in our graphics package right now, to show a ninth inning. So the score's right now, but we just can't show it by inning.
Exactly. We got the hits right, we got the errors right, but it's really 9-8, not 8-8.
And in that small scoreboard, it should be accurate now. It's just that we have no way of playing that.
So in the bottom of the ninth for the Golden Bears, Bukowski, Uran, and Watson. Bukowski was up when the pickoff happened. New pitcher is that?
Number 9.
That's Winters. Landon Winters, who's been playing in right. Winters was in right.
He was in right.
Going out to right is number 22, Andrew Charpie. Charpie. C-H-A-R-P-I-E. Charpie.
And when you look at their Perrysburg roster, they have a lot of players on their roster.
They do. A lot of players, a lot of upperclassmen.
Yep.
called strike. Ball low. One ball, one strike. Pitch on the way. In the dirt, ball two.
Or this door.
3-1. Full count. Pitch on the way. Draws the walk.
Tying runs aboard at first. But we don't want a tie. We want a winning run.
We want a winning run. See if they're going to pinch run, not going to pinch run for Cam this time.
That's interesting. I'm surprised they haven't put in Hunter Mufeld.
Jacob ran square to bunt, pulls back, called strike.
And, you know, the interesting thing about that was Lattimore was up ready to throw, and there was nowhere to throw to.
Yeah. Yeah, with your first
the
baseman
went to
crashing.
field. Yep, he went to field, and the second baseman didn't even move.
One ball, one strike. Wind up the pitch. Gets
There's
the bunt.
the bunt.
Perfect bunt down the first base line. First baseman to the second baseman covering. Moves the runner up to second. Perfectly played sacrifice.
Yep.
Hunter Watson steps in. The tying run on second. One out. Bottom of the ninth.
And you look down Perrysburg's lineup, and it's all seniors and juniors. And you look down our lineup, you know, here's your freshman playing shortstop. Caught earlier this game.
Winter's taking a little too much time. Hunter steps out. It's the thing I love about baseball, the mind games.
Yep, for sure.
The pitch, big swing and a miss. Out of the stretch, here's the pitch. Nice scoop that time again. 1-1. One out. Gets the sign out of the stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
Now you got to fight with two strikes.
Yeah, just choke up and stay alive. That one's in the dirt, gets away. Got him looking on a called third strike. Longoria up. Pitch on the way. Ball low. Ball low. 1-1. Another good eye. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth, 9-8. Perrysburg leading your Golden Bears. The wind, the pitch. Strike 2. And again, 2-2, 2 out. It's been the story of almost every batter with 2 outs in this game.
I think catcher got some dust,
in his eye. Yeah. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Gets him on a strikeout, and that's going to end it. What a ball game here today, folks. 9-8. Perrysburg is going to end up winning this one.
Wow, that was a big game.
That was a big game. And, you know, you hate to lose, but again, it's a non-conference game against a very good team going into the sectionals, and you played a really good ball game.
Yep.
You didn't beat yourself with fielding errors. You beat yourself with base running errors.
Yeah.
You know, 2 guys picked off, one with the bases loaded, just one of those tough ones. So everyone's going to shake hands. We're going to send it away for a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be right back with our game wrap-up and get y'all ready for tomorrow night. You're on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory.
Family owned, family focused.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
It's late, we're cold. Let's get the stats, partner. What do you think?
Agreed.
Carter Luce, 3 for 5 on the night with 2 RBIs. Cade Carlin, 0 for 3 on the night with 2 walks. Carter Dominic, 0 for 4, runs scored. He had a walk. Ken Bukowski, 2 for 4 on the night with an RBI and a walk. Jacob Uran, 1 for 3 on the night with an RBI. Hunter Watson, 1 for 4 on the night with a run scored. Jamo Longoria, 0 for 4 on the night. Tucker Miller, 1 for 2. Damian Wolf, 0 for 1. And Mason Welling, 0 for 4 on the night. Bukowski went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned. Elijah Fry comes in, goes 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned. Jamo is going to take the loss on the night. He went 4 innings tonight, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. Bukowski walked 6, struck out 1. Fry walked 3, struck out 2. Longoria walked 2, struck out 2. 11 walks, 5 strikeouts. And, you know, the difference in the game, a couple of base running errors for the Golden Bears and a hit batsman that drove in a run for the Yellow Jackets. So you will be back. You'll be back tomorrow night, at least doing the director's chair for softball.
That'll be director. Sam Molino will be flying solo, I think, tomorrow. We're trying to get one of our softball alumni back to do it.
That'd be.
I don't know what the deal is. I mean, I thought these girls like to be all over a camera and stuff. I don't know why they don't want to
don't want to come do this. And then you and I'll be back together on the golden microphones of the Golden Bear Sports Network from Ottawa Glandorf on Wednesday at 5 o'clock as we take on OG that we beat way back in March in the first game of the year 3-1.
Yep.
So we'll be back doing that. Why don't we send it away for our final word from our sponsors? We'll come back here, wrap it up, and get you all on your way on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, since 1922, we've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Let's get things out of here, get folks on their way. Today's game has been brought to you by the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Service Camera Crew, Nathan Keel and Therese Kuzmal at the Bryan Athletic, Golden Bear Photography, Matt Neff, Stephanie Ponzak, Krista Bruner back at the radio station, turning the dials. Our executive producer is Chris Malenga. This broadcast produced by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private listening and watching use of our audience. Any duplication or other broadcast of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Bryan School District, is prohibited. One time for all of us at the Golden Bear Sports Network. I'm Dave Brobson along with Chris Malenga. Your final score, 9-8. Perrysburg wins this one. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.